something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold.
I reinvented myself, they sorta hated it. I reinvented myself and upgraded it. Traded in the jewels, copped a couple new ones. Lost a couple friends and got a couple new ones. Upstairs and downstairs, the balcony. These oceanside views, the alchemy. Ain't nothing crazy like the city in the summertime. So when it's winter, I still be on my summer grind.
Handle your business, handle your business.
Loyal and honor, don't break the bro codes. The more red rose, max with the rose gold. Whoever counted me out, they can't count. Oh!
Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold. Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold. They call a podcast Poppy. King Coast. You know like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold. Chillax, 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 chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax. Chillax, 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 chillax.
Relax, 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 oh. Relax, 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 oh. Relax, 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 oh. Relax, 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 relax. What?
Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop, whole game in the chokehold.
Hey, I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Caught, Kelsey, left side. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Mahomes to throw on second down. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Mahomes to the former Rams, Sammy Watkins, for the Kansas City first. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Mahomes going to hand it off to Hunt. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Malik Jefferson in there on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's third down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Here we go. Green, 90.
Now Hunt. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
On second down, here's Mahomes. He's got his man in the crossing route. And down inside the 15 he goes. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. A first trip to the red zone for KC. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. This is Hunt. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
Here's Hunt. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now here's Mahomes. Now he's flushed out right. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9.
Green, 90.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And Hill running right through it. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Now Bernard. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. It leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Back to throw here. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 15. To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Play fake there to Hunt. Now Mahomes rolling to his left. Now he's going to let it go into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The all-pro safety Eric Berry in on the stop.
I can't help it. Every time I see Eric Berry make a play, as we just saw him make a tackle there, I just want to stand up and applaud.
Because he went to Tennessee like you?
Well, that doesn't hurt one bit, but how about the comeback? I mean, he came back from beating cancer and getting back to Pro Bowl level, one of the best players in the game.
So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 2 yards on that play, and just like that, it's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And a nice gain at 21 yards. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Green's got it over the middle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll run it here with Bernard. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. And another fullback trying to push the pile. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. Leopard! Here's Bernard. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Now back to throw. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. In for the score. And the Bengals able to get this back within a touchdown. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever. There it results in a touchdown. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. Now it's Hunt. And he is going to lose yardage here. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Throwing is Mahomes on third. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On fourth down is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Leopard! Detroit!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. That goes for a gain of 31.
Trying to defend a drag route is really tough because you don't want to jump a route that's shorter or underneath as the drag route is too quickly, because oftentimes they want to run that route and then hit over the top of you for bigger yardage. So if you can chip off the timing of the receiver off the line of scrimmage so he can't actually get into the route, that's the best way to defend it. But there was no possibility of that on that play. End result, receiver won in a big way.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
All right, now, lucky 56.
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to air it out deep for Green. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to be marked down deep into Kansas City territory. That one goes for 36 yards. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And the ball is knocked out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Sean Williams that time in on the stop. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left. He's got a man. Complete. And they finally get him down at the other 46. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Justin Houston in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
They run with Hunt. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 5-yard pickup, but spotted a few chain links short of the first, so a little bit of decision time here coming up on 4th down. So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the first down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. They run. It's Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. Butker now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football, we're not seeing it right now.
On the run, this is Hunt. Wiggles free. There he goes inside the 30. And he gets this one down to the 24. That good for 19 and a first down.
Oh, you Kareem Hunt. We know you've got the power. We know you've got the speed. Now how about that? Show us a little bit of that wiggle in there. How about that one, partner?
Can you imagine trying to tackle that? Yeah, I'll stay up here with you. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a second down. They'll hand it off now. Williams. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Mahomes now to throw. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And Butker able to put this one through, and that'll push the lead up to 17. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Detroit! Detroit!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. That's caught. It's Malone. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Mahomes is going to run the option left. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Mahomes to throw. And going deep for Hill. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Boyd. And they're going to have this one up near the 30-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position.
We're back now in KC. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Flush to his right. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Another nice gain. 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Justin Houston. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. They'll set up to throw. But he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Marvin Lewis tries for it, but comes up empty. And the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
31 yards there and a first down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. They run again with Hunt. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Left, 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 left. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
And the kick by Butker is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the safety here, Ron Parker. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a KC touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They'll start the drive with a give to Walton. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Got his man. It's Eifert. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Now a play fake here on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for his favorite target, A.J. Green, that time. And it's second down. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. The offense on third down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at third and a few inches. The give to the fullback on the dive. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
I know a lot of times we like to put players in certain boxes. He does this and he does that. But this guy, he can do a little bit of everything. He's not just a lead blocker or a guy who protects the passer. Handing the ball, he might want to get out of the way.
Back to throw now on first down. He's going to let it fly. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his second touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, it's Hunt. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Caught Eifert over the middle. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way. I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Kansas City, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Denver Broncos next week. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll look to get
Wow.